Worst top 5 worst games of 2022. Saints Row's got to be on there. other other bad games. I feel West's popularity kind of was short-lived. I don't know why. That's a cool vote.
This episode of Moist Meter brought to you by Godslap Issue 2.
Meister. Oh, it's yellow this time. Maybe it's called pit.
Happy New Year! Welcome back to the Moisties. Today we're looking at
Moisties.
the 5 worst games of 2022. Some real basic movies that just make you go, P.U., that's smelly.
Controversially, probably COD.
Very impressive bad games. So let's kick it off with
Warzone 2.
because this is a tradition on my streams to play through all the Dark Pictures games with Jackson. We do it every time there's a new release. It's become just a yearly tradition, and it's always fun. The games are never the best games ever made or anything like that, but they're always enjoyable. They have campiness, goofiness, self-awareness, just a really enjoyable experience. But not this time. It seems like the Grinch stole more than Christmas this year. They stole all the talent from the development team because they released a completely broken and borderline unplayable co-op experience. This game made Pokemon Scarlet and Violet look like a polished $60 masterpiece.
That game, too. I remember there's a lot of controversy surrounding Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. That was a bad game. I don't know anything that much about Pokemon, but I can tell you that.
There's moments in this game where we got soft locked. I think it was 4 times.
Do anything in the game.
To hard restart the game, literally close out of the game, reopen it, and then lose all of that progress in getting back. There's also times where the camera would lock up in a position where you couldn't move it anymore, so then you'd have to have like this isometric camera view, which is a bug by the way, and you couldn't actually see any of the interactables you were supposed to touch, so you couldn't progress because of that, which again required a hard restart in order to fix it. Now, apparently these were co-op only problems, and there was actually not as many bugs and glitches in a solo experience, but it's still inexcusable because these games are kind of catered to being a 2-player experience. You both go off on your own paths that always converge and you work together, and it's just like watching a movie together, but you get to influence it to a certain degree. I love the Dark Pictures anthology. I think it's a great series of games, but they really, really fucked it up with Devil in Me. And it's a shame because I actually think it's their most interesting setting yet. Going through H.H. Holmes stuff, the first serial killer, and like the saw traps almost. Like there's just so much that was interesting. The setup was great. The narrative was fun too, but it couldn't really be played effectively with Jackson and I. It didn't function half the time, which led to a massive headache because then you'd have to go back and like reset all the progress after the hard.
I hate that stuff.
A remarkably frustrating.
I hate softlock so much.
Number 4, we have Saints Row.
Yeah, this game actually seemed pretty interesting to me, but then upon I seemed interested, and then I just kind of forgot about it. Like that one homework that you are going to do. However, you just accidentally it slips between your bed and your wall, and you'll never ever remember it again. I swear to God, I was like, oh, that looks fun, and then I forgot about it, and 6 months later, it's like, oh wait, look, that game's kind of yeah.
Can be said about Saints Row that hasn't already been said about a festering pile of dog shit on the sidewalk. There is almost nothing to like about this game.
Buggy.
Dialogue
Yeah, dialogue.
The gameplay feels incredibly dated. I felt like I was playing something in 2008. Everything around it is just a tedious. Every mission is fun about it. The cutscenes were kind of enjoyable from time to time because they weren't afraid to be over the top with their action moments. But there's so few of those, and most of the cutscenes are just the characters talking at each other, talking about student loan debt and shit like that. And fuck this. Oh, that's a lot of poop shit. Like, it's a bad experience all across the board. If you're looking for a good story, you won't find it. If you're looking for gameplay, you certainly won't find it. And the shtick of being carefree and goofy wears off almost immediately. Plus, it doesn't even do what Saints Row is known for, which is getting like really zany with weaponry and stuff. There's no dildo bats in this game like I was expecting. There's nothing like necessarily even crude in the game anymore. It's all just like what I feel deviant art would have found to be somewhat edgy 10 years ago, or like Tumblr maybe. It's just completely missing the mark. I don't know what happened here. Like, I would expect the gameplay to not be amazing. I don't think Saints Row has ever had stellar gameplay, but it was carried by the freedom to do silly stuff. The unapologetic freedom to be wacky. That's not here. Your options for doing
Just
silly
Borderlands. Go to
things
Borderlands if you want
are
that humor.
severely limited. There's not a lot of it. It's just a very boring, bland, not fun experience. At number 3, we have Diablo Immortal. You
Oh.
have phones, don't you? Good.
Oh God, is this the oh no. Oh no, bro. Oh, it's probably the mobile version. The mobile version I've heard is complete dog. It's got some of the worst pay to win strategies in gaming history, or so what I've heard. Like, it's got some stupid shit pay to win, like $200 plus pay to win. God.
Gonna squeeze every last dollar we can out of your saved credit card information on that phone. The greediest monetization model.
Yeah, I've heard about this. This is bad.
In my life. I didn't actually.
Ah, come on! It deleted all my tabs. I hate when this iPad does this.
My life. I didn't actually get into the game. I did give it a bit of a whirl just to see how truly awful the greed was. But I've heard the game itself wasn't bad. It's just how it was monetized and how the monetization actually affected the game going forward. But even if the core gameplay was fine, it can't be forgiven just how greedy this shit was. Plus, it's pretty clear the main goal with Diablo Immortal was to be a lucrative financial project that only strives to make as much money as it can from the customer, squeeze as many doubloons out of each individual player as they could, as opposed to making a good game that they could also make money on. It was only about printing money, farming customers, and then a game tacked on to that idea. I and many others have already made videos breaking down just how bad Diablo Immortal's monetization was, so I'm not going to be getting too deep into the weeds of it here. I don't know if it's changed now, but it also doesn't matter, because it's not something that can be overlooked with the state that it shipped in. It was very clearly just exploiting customers. That shit was more exploitative than like a secret crypto miner installed onto a PC after downloading a Steam game. It was just so unethical. It would incentivize heavily and pretty much like push players as hard as possible to spend money on the game constantly. You could spend tens of thousands of dollars on that game and still not even be at the highest level of pay to win that it offered. It was so fucked up. Just an absolutely blatant greed machine. So that's why Diablo Immortal's here.
I have
And
orange.
now for the runner-up for the worst game of the year. In second place for bad games, it's Gungrave Gore taking home the silver. This is a game I don't think many of you have played or ever heard of, but I tried it, and wow, this was something special. Playing this game felt like playing the idea of a game back in 1985. Like, it had the most basic gameplay elements where it's like pressing one button over and over and over and over again and nothing else, and then like occasionally you do other buttons but you didn't need to. It's just a fucking awful game. It had a really cool intro cutscene. It has a really cool style, and they have like a full like animation thing in the beginning that's really great. But then after that, they clearly blew their load there. The entire budget went to the first 15 minutes of visuals and animation. After that, it falls so flat. Everything is so bad. But obviously the biggest problem is how bad the gameplay is. I'm not kidding. You just press one button. where you can
Seriously?
just press one button over and over again. There's like deflection mechanics, but you don't really need them. It doesn't really matter. You build up a combo by just breaking things and pressing one button. You do have like abilities, but they kind of fucking suck. You're still better off just pressing the one button,
That
the
sounds
shift button,
boring.
and nothing else. The game looks like it should be a hack and slash with combos, but there's no combos. Your melee is like 2 attacks, 3 attacks, I think. You just do 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. That's it, forever. And then everything else is just shooting. Normal shooting. Not interesting shooting. Auto lock on kind of shooting. It's bad. Like, I can't stress enough. It makes Saints Row gameplay look innovative. That's how bad Gungrave Gore's gameplay is. Alright, so after hearing all that, you're probably wondering what could possibly be worse than Gungrave Gore. You naive fool. It seems you haven't heard of the biggest flop since The Culling 2. Came out this year by none other than Platinum Games, one of my personal favorite developers.
Crap. Okay, I don't know if I know this. I doubt it. Platinum Game sounds familiar. I can't. Just go
The
on.
developer whose name always meant highest quality production until very recently, unfortunately. They released a game that random obscure indie game. This is a Platinum Games game, which is a very prestigious
Wait, is it
studio.
Cyberpunk? I doubt
It
it.
only ever had 1,100 players, and within a week
Oh, no,
was down
no.
to less than 10. It was a live service game,
Oh,
which
no,
doesn't
never
bode
mind.
well these days. A lot of live service games are just doomed for failure, just literally dead on arrival, buried 6 feet deep by the time they release. And it's a little game called Babylon's Fall. This is
Oh,
the worst game of 2022
I've heard about
by
this one.
far. It is colossal
It is
failure
like the worst
on
game
every
ever.
possible front. It fails as a live service game, and it fails in every department of what
I saw ads for this, and it doesn't even look good.
even just from its visuals, everything is very clearly half-baked and unfinished. They put a fucking filter on the game, like an actual Snapchat filter for like effects. So like they'll have like ink blots or whatever in order to make it look stylistic, but it's clearly there just because they were too lazy to program things like rain or whatever. So they just have little fucking filters throughout the game, and it is an eyesore. It is disorienting. It feels like when you play this game that you're on the verge of passing out. Like, it feels like your vision is narrowing and getting blurry just from looking at the screen when you're playing Babylon's Fall. But you're never playing Babylon's Fall to begin with. No one ever did. When this game came out, I couldn't play with anyone except friends who also were playing it as a joke to see how bad it was. There was never a community for this game, and for good reason. It wasn't just a game that flew under the radar but was okay, like passable. It was a game that flew under the radar that sucked fuck. It was terrible. Absolutely horrible. Every quest, every mission was just the same thing over and over and over again. Repeated ad nauseum. There was no interesting content. It was just the same reused, recycled content, dungeons, whatever. All of it used a million times, and it just sucked. It was so bad. I'm having a hard time finding enough descriptive words to explain the experience of playing Babylon's Fall. Like, words pale to the feeling of playing something so atrocious. It was so easy to choose the worst game of the year because there is an objectively correct answer. It's Babylon's Fall. There is no game that came out this year, AAA or indie, that is as bad or as big of a failure as Babylon's Fall. So, that concludes the top 5 worst games of 2022. Moisties, that's about it. Godslap is a comic
Why
book
did that
series.
scare me? God, I'm such a wuss. It's called. Dude, I forgot. What's it called? It's called Breaking News. A weird kid on the internet has mysteriously passed away after getting a heart attack. Viewers last note that this weird kid was actually streaming Minecraft in his bedroom without any friends. I forgot about Babylon's Fall, dude. God, can we please stop making live service games, man? Live service games? Here's the thing. They're built.
Minecraft.
Live service games are built on pillars of sand. They're built on sand foundations. And it's only a matter of time before those foundations start to fall away and destroy the game. What I'm saying is that, for example, Xbox servers are now down. I think 360, I think. PS...
I have in Parker World.
Nice. It's called, PS3 GTA 5 servers are now shut down. Live service action's pretty cool, however, it does have a weakness. When those servers shut down, you're not playing those games again. Like, let's say if it's Fortnite, that shuts down, you're probably not going to play ever again. Unless you have, like, unless you have, like, a original copy, like, or, like, a server access, whatever, like, really high.
Minecraft is crossplay.
It is crossplay. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm coughing. Cannot wait. I cannot wait for Wednesday or Thursday. Once Wednesday or Thursday.
Can I add you? Yo, can I add you?
God, what is the worst cartoon? Like, what is the worst TV show you've heard of or you've watched? For me, it's probably, well, unanimously, can we agree that one of the worst, if not the worst cartoons is Caillou? God, frick, I cannot take that show. That show makes me want to trip down the stairs purposely. It makes you just want to take a bunch of tape and rip your hair out until you have nothing and you look like a freaking like jazz player from the Star Wars Cantina. It's just he's the most annoying character ever.
What's your user?
Sorry, I don't want to add any more people right now. I already have my hands full.
I don't think they're Max friends on Nook.
Movies of this year. I can't remember all the movies I found. I actually have not really watched a lot of movies this year. Dude, but I did remember Lightyear definitely. I can't tell if people hate it, people love it. There's a really mixed audience. Same with kind of Avatar. You're going to find a lot of people that hate Avatar or dislike it, and you're going to find a lot of people that love that show or love that movie. I swear to God, it's the most mixed audience ever. I'm fine on it. Don't love it, don't hate it. Worst movies ever.
I
Sure.
can make skins.
Ad. Let's go on YouTube. I'm Deborah. I'm 54 single. Yes, because a 17-year-old boy would want to date a 54-year-old long-term relationship. Hey, you know what's not long-term? Talk about the ad. Making long-term relationship. Hey, one thing that's not long-term is your life expectancy. I mean, you're probably gonna die in 40 years. Okay.
How long did this take?
How long did this take? This tire block is built within the past 8 days. Yeah, I'd say 8 days, maybe 7. Actually, no, 7 days or a week because I remember I was watching the outbreak of January 2nd. When I was playing this. I watched this.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite time of the year again. It's the Moisties, powered by
Yes.
God Slap, where we count down the top 5 best and worst games and movies that came out this year. It's an annual tradition that's more well. We're gonna start with the top 5 worst movies that came out this year because I think this year was extremely
Alrina make some skins.
competitive. Wow. I really can't overstate just how stressful it was. Worst movies when there were
Okay, 23, probably one of the best ones that came out has to be probably Top Gun Maverick. I haven't really watched a whole lot of it, but it seems pretty good. Not gonna lie. Dude, that movie was effing crazed. I swear, I don't think I've ever seen a movie crazed quite like Top Gun Maverick.
Door skin pack.
Adores? Oh, are you talking about like that Roblox game that everybody's playing right now? I don't know.
Yay, I beat it again.
A ton. I love the game that's like really good for you. Like you're just completely cracked at it, and then you can speed it a ton. My game is Unmechanical Extended. It was my God, that game is old. I'm probably the only person that tried to quote unquote speed run the game. The greatest time of speed running on mechanical is probably 38 minutes to 40 minutes. I can beat that game within 45 minutes to an hour. Like, even taking breaks. I'm really, really good at mechanical. Except for the weights
skins
part.
I have are ambush and seek.
Oh, I'm gonna watch this.
many top-tier piles of dog shit, all competing for a slot on this list. It really felt like studios.
Movies after 2020 are just complete trash. The new remakes are bad.
Very happy with
Like,
the list
bruh.
that we've settled on. So let's get into it. At number 5, we have Jurassic World. What a filthy.
Okay, I will say this is the only movie I liked. I didn't love this movie. It was fine. I mean, if I were bored, I wanted to watch movies, I guess I'd kind of watch. It wouldn't be, you wouldn't find it on my top 10 loved movies. I'm very neutral.
On the Jurassic Park legacy.
40%.
And they shit
That is the best quote I think I've ever heard from them. It
is horrible top to bottom. The only good thing about Jurassic World Dominion is its visuals and its action scenes, and not even all of it.
That's actually a very smart way to design a skin. Put the, like, if you want to make a different creature that's not humanoid, just put the face on top. Wait, are you making skins, like, on, like, Bedrock Dev? I doubt it. Or are you just making it on, like, custom Java? Man, I can't wait. Tomorrow's the 3rd week countdown. of my car. Three-quarter.
Block and Java works on both. I use Blockbench.
Oh, if you're, I'm about to say, if you're talking to me and you're using, what's it called? Like the developer that Microsoft grants, yeah, you're going to get banned. But no, never mind. Apparently, if you talk about like the developer tools for Marketplace, you will get banned. They keep it hush hush. It's stupid. Not even if you tell people the rules of Marketplace like that, you will get banned. And your Marketplace license will be revoked. It's like some Big Brother type stuff, bruh.
Sequences, I think they did a great job on, but aside from that, there's nothing to like here. But by far the most offensive part of Jurassic World Dominion is how boring it is. It is almost impossible to stay awake through this entire film. That in and of itself is like the cinnamon.
I cannot put down my iPad during any movie these days. Maybe that's because of me being on the spectrum. Maybe it's, I don't find movies nowadays to be very entertaining.
Wow,
The-
that's dumb.
Oh, if you're talking about the Microsoft, yeah, it's very shady. It is shady as hell. It's like, it's more shady than, oh, come meet me behind the parking lot. I have a little gift for you. I promise I won't murder you and try to dispose of your body in the woods. Like, it's pretty sketchy. Mr. Epic does a video on it. If you really want to learn more about the Marketplace, how it's BS like that, I recommend you watch that.
Microphone kinda glitchy.
Oh, my microphone lags out. I'm sorry.
Of this generation.
I can't help that.
Such a brutally difficult film to keep your eyes open during. It's just not interesting at all. I dozed off like 2 or 3 times during this film. I just couldn't help it. I couldn't stay awake. It felt like I was in the middle of some kind of Batman villain plot where Scarecrow was pumping sleeping gas into the auditorium or something. I won't spend too much time breaking down all the things that make Jurassic World Dominion awful, but I do want to make a special mention here of just how terrible its conclusion is. It's going to be a light spoiler, but the film sets up very early on that dinosaurs and humans can't really coexist. Like, we're not sure.
Yeah, let's go. I like how the end. Oh, actually, sorry, spoiler alert. I'm not to say a spoiler for the movie, but okay, you've been warned. Okay, here it goes. At the end of the movie, it is revealed that dinosaurs actually incorporate themselves. Well, I guess let's go. I mean, I guess it's good because in a way for like Colt, because I guess AR-15 sales just went up. Martha, time to go to the gun store. We gotta get an AR-15 and a 50-round drum attachment. What's called bro makes Call of Duty setup for his AR-15 because dinosaurs are now incorporated into society. Can you imagine that? Or like, can you imagine that would be catastrophic? Can you imagine if like one of the big ones went into a city, like, what are they, I don't even know what they're called. Probably Broncos, but the big ones, you know, the ones that eat trees, they're herbivores. They just go into cities, they just completely flatten a freaking house in one hit. Like, bruh. Dinosaurs cannot coexist. One, because it would cause a lot of fighting among species. And two, well, two is that the ecosystem would literally collapse. There'd be not enough food to sustain dinosaurs. Or at least not within, like, 5 digits. Species have evolved down to a size. Creatures these days of age are smaller than ever before. Let's continue.
Right. Dinosaurs are fucking our shit up. They're not really getting integrated with us in a great way, so it's just not working out. By the end of the film, after a big climactic showdown with the Giganotosaurus, which, by the way, was hyped up to be like the Joker, the director said this dinosaur is like the Joker in the way that sounds like the Joker.
It's big mean.
They have this big climactic showdown with that super dinosaur, and then after that fight is over with, now all of a sudden all the dinosaurs work really well with humans. They run with elephants, they're hanging out, like everything's great. But why? Nothing changed. There was a fight at Biosyn,
No kidding. What's it called? Like, literally, me being a biologist, not biologist, but like a biological science enthusiast or biology science enthusiast, I can tell you right now that's not a very good idea. The amount of food a dinosaur like that would require is absurd. Dinosaurs, and plus, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? You ain't convinced me that there's not going to be some homies from the Army Corps pulling out the M1A2 Abrams, the 143 millimeter, tearing down dinosaurs like they're in freaking like 2001 Afghan war, bruh. I probably got that year on, probably 23 or something.
Now,
Oh no.
for some reason, the entire world and all the dinosaurs work together beautifully now, even though nothing has changed on a global scale. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. But anyway, before steam starts coming out of my ears, moving on to number 4, a movie I know you've all seen because it's become the highest-grossing film of all time by a wide margin. It's Morbius. Morbius.
It's morbid time. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. This movie, the concept seems in like what's called slightly interesting at its very, very, very best. But I can't with dude, it literally Morbius actually looks like Marvel. I think it's DC. It just is too DC, you know what I mean? And remember, if I was talking about a movie that you like, and it's not like, it's okay. It's okay if there's a bad movie that you like. As long as you're not hurtful or, like, harming the people, that's fine. Just know it's okay to debate a bit opinions. But I don't think anybody really liked Morbius. 15%, bruh? I need to stop saying that.
Biggest movie that's ever been made, a blockbuster by all accounts, and even coined the phrase "It's Morbin time." It was a cultural phenomenon, and who could forget the scene where Jared Leto, standing in the rain atop a building, stares the camera directly down the barrel and gives his now infamous line, "I morb, therefore I am." Goosebumps.
I'm Morb, therefore I am.
Wrapping the facade.
Dude, what's it called? Okay, I could say this as a joke. That sounds like something an autistic kid would say after he watched a vampire movie and got into goth. I can say that, okay? I'm on the spectrum myself. It's called. I'm gonna morb and therefore I can morb and therefore I am. That sounds so edgy. I can't, bruh. That's so cringy every time I say bruh. I can't. But dude, that is. Oh god, I'm dead at that point. It's morbid time, folks.
Games, of course. This film was a massive flop. It's a superhero film no one really wanted, and it was terrible.
I
Absolutely
don't
horrible.
care
When there was an action
about
scene,
it.
they basically just turned the lights off. You couldn't see anything. It's just like this.
It's called literally action scenes. Oh, gunfire, 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 bloop, bloop, gunfire, 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 boop, boop, gunfire. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's called that's literally all scenes this day. Stranger Things season 3 episode 5 did it better. Cause you know what? Actually, the reason that show did it better is because in that scene where, spoiler alert, the monster attacks Nancy and Jonathan, it's a kind of a horror scene. At least they use lighting to the best. Like what's it called? It goes dark and then it absolutely like lights up as the monster releases its frightful scream. And that's actually was used perfectly, and they don't dim it, but they do make the lights flicker, which, man, that effect is so cool. Wonder how fun the people on, it's called, one of the most fun movies to cast, or shows cast, is probably Stranger Things. Everybody's having fun. Like, because that environment is so fun and healthy, you know, everybody is not like, oh, I want to go work. Oh, I got that. No, everybody's laughing. In fact, I even heard that when Vecna was actually, like, the guy who is in a suit, yes, he wears a suit, he creeped everybody out when he was on set filming. Like, people were just so uneasy, which is funny. It's called, I don't know. On a side note, one of my favorite shows I watched this year, and I recommend people watching, is what's it called? 2019 Chernobyl. And actually, somebody from Chernobyl, like the show, one of the designers from Chernobyl designed Vecna's suit, which is wicked in of itself. But yeah, that suit is amazing. You probably know it takes like what? It takes like 8 hours, not 8 hours, but it takes like an hour or two just to get that suit on him. Amazing stuff. And it's like I love it because it's not CGI. His suit is not CGI. It's a thing. So what's it called? The weight of it, it functions how it would almost function if it were real.
Pile of particles and dust and darkness. It was absolutely horrible by all definitions, which is why it became such a meme. Nobody saw it, so they started spreading rumors about it, such as like a scene that they fabricated where he says, "It's Morbin time." And then the film eventually leaves theaters, but it still maintains its meme status. There's 24-hour streams of Morbius running on Twitch, and the studio actually gets gaslit into thinking that if they re-released it, it might actually generate a net revenue. Like, they might actually get money out of this because they didn't the first time, but it seems like a lot of people want it. So they re-released Morbius, and it flopped again, triumphantly. Nobody saw the re-release. It made like 90 grand or something, if that. Like, they sold like 50 fucking tickets.
That is
So
ass.
they flopped it twice. It was
That's one of the worst failures I've ever heard of.
I've ever seen before. It was something truly special. It's a horrible film in and of its own right, but what made it so incredible was what happened after it.
Yeah, the memes.
Around it and everything that surrounded this mythos.
If memes did not exist around Morbius, it might be the worst movie of all time. I can't think. That's called. I want to think of a worst movie. I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, right. In terms of what's it called, TV shows, definitely one of the worst ones is She-Hulk. I've heard. What's it called? There's literally a part where She-Hulk starts going, "Oh, you don't know anything," even though what's it called, Bruce in lore has tried to end his life before because of being the Hulk, which is dark. That is dark as hell. And she thinks she's smarter than him, even though he. I think regular Hulk is smarter than She-Hulk. Oh, are you saying it because he's a dude? No, he probably has a degree in like nuclear engineering or something. While the other She-Hulk has a degree in like what? Being a lawyer? My opinion, I don't want to seem naive, but I think scientists might be a little bit smarter than lawmakers or governmental officials. It's called. That's called.
He likes something else.
All I see is we made a show because we want women to be in it, and that's it. And I hate the mentality of, oh, this movie didn't fail because you guys are sexist misogynists. Well, guess what? If movies with girls and female characters failed, well, or anything failed, let's see. Too bad, let's see. Stranger Things, She-Ra, HZD. Let's see some more, let's see. Got... Let's see. Yeah. There's a bunch of them. I hate that stupid mentality of, oh, you guys didn't support the movie because of X. Or, no, Star Wars The Force Awakens. The actor of Rey is toxic, dude. Force Awakens, if you want to watch, like, the third trilogy, that's where I stop. I don't even watch anything after. I hate that. That drives me crazy. Okay, I have a challenge. Can you beat my record? My record in a single day, people, I bet you if anybody watched my stream, they probably do better. But my 72 generated in one day. 72 ancient debris. Traders. I wish you could do. I wish there was a thing called the grinder in the game where if you put stone in it, it would generate gravel, and if you put gravel in it, it'd generate sand. That needs to be a thing because sand, what it is, actually you should be able to turn quartz into sand because they're actually the same thing. Sand and quartz are silica crystals, where sand is fined down silica crystals mixed with other minerals. I know a fair share of geology, of nuclear chemistry, regular chemistry, space science, physical science. I think one of the biggest things I struggle at, one of the biggest sciences I struggle at is definitely physics. It's one of the toughest fields to get into. One of the most one of the most interesting fields of science is theoretical physics, which you know what that is, right? That's dealing with like wormholes or portals and other dimensions and stuff. That actually is a science. You can probably get that bridge done instantly. Just if you want to get things off the list, I'd go with that. Let's see. I have 3 floors. Nice. Happy birthday. How much you got? 111. I would say I would spend some of that, but I would keep like what's it called. Don't try not to go below 75. I don't know if you need to make like repairs, but $100. That's not the best, but you're saving up pretty decent. That's a pretty good chunk of money. If I weren't, you know what? I'm not kidding you. If I didn't have to pay off a car right now, I'd probably just spend a little bit of money to get one for you. I mean, I could probably get it within. What the hell? I think I saw something go flying. Wait, you saw one? Wait, wait. Was it in a box? Damn, you found one in a box? That's not common. I don't see them at all in boxes where I live. Is this? That's actually a really good way to sell them. Put them up like that. Let's go. I hate ISO speed. Like one thing he did, he destroyed PS5s. What a douchey thing to do. Yeah, he did. He destroyed like 4 or 5 of them. Cause he's a dick. ISO speed. I'm not saying he sucks just because of the PS5s. I'm saying he sucks because he's an idiot. He promoted a scam and he doubled down on it. He's got way too much pride in his face. Let's go. Literally, like even Dreams videos are starting to kind of fizzle out like what's called like a reactor burning out its fuel, fizzling down and sleeping like a beast. What's it called? Yeah, it's like Nickelback because they're a one-hit wonder. If you don't know, you do or you don't. Apparently, it's memed that Nickelback, like band, like they're a notoriously bad band, and they suck. There's a there's a Sunny V2 video on it. Yeah. Oh. Idiot. Damn. That is like a jerk move, and it was served cold, freezing cold. But anyway, okay. So you want to hear a really interesting controversy? It's called the Pepsi Jet. Like, what happened? It's called. I did not watch it yet. I want to watch it on Netflix. It's called Pepsi. Where's my jet? Now apparently, when you bought a pack of Pepsi, you can win these things called Pepsi coins. If I'm not wrong, I don't know what the currency is called. I think that is what it's called, but we're just gonna keep it at Pepsi coins. Anyway, well, one day, Pepsi said that they were going to offer a jet for a certain amount of coins, and jets are worth around like $1 million. Million. They can go up to like 20 million or so, or more. And these guys found a loophole that they could get the jet if they spent $700,000, which that for a fighter jet, that's like buying a house, like a mansion and a great land, like 100 acres for like $100,000. That's like, yeah. I wonder if like there's an operation like that one team Willy Wonka where they're just unwrapping the chocolate bars and wasting them all, but they're just trying to get Pepsi points. Hmm. Dude, Gordon Ramsay's a freaking giant. You know how tall he is? He's like 6 foot to 6'2". Basketball players. Hmm. What a mad lad. There was one dude that was this giant ass dude. He was like 7 to 8 foot tall. It's like there's a video called like History's Last Giant. Like what's it called? I think the human body has a capacity of how large it can grow. However, this capacity was, I think, removed when it kept growing and growing. They had to invent a brand new size 13 or something. It is kind of I think I did. You copied it that way you don't lose your trophies. Oh wait, I'm watching.
Horrible. It is just bad by all possible definitions you could ever measure a film in. There is no part
Yeah,
of
I
this
heard
film
about that.
that succeeds.
He just went over it and it flopped. You wanna know how much money it did? So we saw Other World got $22 million or Strange World, Jesus Christ. You wanna know how much the movie got? 9. 9,000. 9,000. That is ass. That is ass, dude. Let's go. That one video where I had, dude, this admin is ass. He keeps getting killed. I like how the guy snipes him in the face. It gets banned 3 seconds later. Wait, I'm going.
Even the slightest. I don't think there's any reason for me to go through and break it down further. You can watch like the actual full moist meter I did on.
Yeah, I got off like
but there is really nothing
really early
that
because
actually works.
I think he posted that he was gonna open the restaurant up at like the 11th, and it's the 8th, and nobody came.
Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore.
Dude, I literally forgot this existed. Dude, I'm sorry if this hurts like Harry Potter fans. I can't take this movie. The Harry Potter, I am not a Harry Potter like super fan, but the movies were good. The movies were damn good. I'm not no, you're really? What do you mean? Like, what makes it? Is it like the motion, or is it disgusting, or oh, is it the creepiness or whatever? So Harry Potter was good. Well, I have to say, screw J.K. Rowling. She's gotten herself dabbed up in some controversy. Let's just say that. J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter. I'm more into modern. I'm more into modernized things. I like. My favorite is like slightly futuristic. Like what's called Apteria would probably be placed in the Abbott Agency's like personal universe, and the timeline of Apteria would be like 2045 or so, or the 2040s or late 2030s, where things are a little bit more advanced, but they're not like Chrome. I hate Chrome. I don't really like the color white as much as other colors. I hate how all the buildings in the future shows are white. White gets so dirty. Just look at a white car after 5 years of use, and you'll see. Or an Apple charger. They get so disgusting. This guy's dying! So, I have one like that, too. Dude, I deadass forgot Secret of Dumbledore existed. I didn't even know that was a movie. Dude, what's it called? I'm pretty interested in high movies like this. Like movies that are this popular. But Jesus, I forgot these guys. Just like Dory forgot her freaking parents. Like, I couldn't remember shit, bruh.
A movie that was so insultingly terrible that I came
5 minutes.
and immediately started a stream called I Just Saw a Horrible Film, and then I ranted about it for over an hour and a half. This film is the most awfully constructed piece of fiction I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I've seen every Harry Potter film, all the Fantastic Beasts movies. The last one was pretty ass, but this one is turbo ass. This is plus ultra ass. I could rant about how horrible this is for so long. But since this is a top 5 list here, I'm going to keep it brief. Secrets of Dumbledore is a movie where you spend an hour and 40 minutes with characters that do nothing. So they set up the problem early.
What is the
creature that bows and chooses the leader of the magical world? A stupid process, by the way, to just have a random animal who allegedly can look into your heart and tell you if you're a good boy or girl, like Santa Claus, and if he bows to you, you're now the leader of the magic world.
Well, shit, I have too much responsibility.
But the problem is,
What's called person? It's called animal bows to the silent kid in the world. Also the freaking world. Da 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 da. What's called? At their school, the USA flag goes down and the Soviet flag just starts rising up. Right. Christ. I like how, what's it called? Let's go on. Can we all agree can we, oh god. Can we all agree that it's hilarious how, what's it called, the Soviet Union became a powerhouse that you should fear that they would literally take you away, like, into, like, this literal effing meme. I wonder what would happen if you brought Joseph Stalin to life and you showed him the Soviet Union memes. Dude, he'd just nuke America right there and then. Like, just end this scourge of the earth. He led the Soviet Union in World War II. No, Hitler never ruled the Soviet Union. He's a German. Yeah. He tried to raid there's a thing called the Beer Hall Push, where he took over as chancellor. One thing that happened is that when Hitler was in power, he had a co-leader that, well, if the co-leader dies, what's it called? The co-leader keeps the leader in check. However, what happens, the co-leader mysteriously died or somewhere. He died, and because of that, let's call him, like the top power of Germany was granted to Hitler, causing him to use it for evil. Like, because the guy died, he was able to utilize his power to a limitless extent. Well, it's like, if Joe Biden dies, it's going to go to the vice principal. If the Jesus Christ, the vice president dies, it's going to go, like, there's a chain. I forgot it. School teaches me good, even though it's called, at a certain point, I could tell you the chain. All I know is Secretary of State, Treasury, Defense. That's part of the chain. There's like 13, which it's never gotten that low. He was actually on Germany's side. However, when he saw the power of the nuclear weapon, he actually secretly traded it with Project Manhattan, the Manhattan Project. He came over to America and traded. Eisenhower is, I don't care what you say, he is a hero. So, no, you're insignificant. You're going to die insignificant like me. Oh, okay. Let's go. Anyway. That's not mean, because you own the world, and it's actually more seeable if he's second leader instead of me, because I don't visit it. I'm probably not going to visit that often. It's really confusing when it comes to the leader of the Purple Union's power in my worlds. I have authoritative power, like, what's it called? If I want to ban somebody, I'm going to do it, and nobody's going to challenge me. But if I'm going to make a rule, yeah, Echo was the first person in Purple Union history that has ever been banned permanently. No. Yeah, I blocked his ass. I take the subject seriously. He said he was gonna kill himself over a Minecraft girlfriend, and then the next day, I shit you not, he's fine. And I don't know if you know this or not, but if you're suicidal, you can't just solve the problem with a snap. It doesn't snap and go away. Suicidal tendencies take years to fix. So what's it called? I think he was being like that one person that's like, oh, I'm gonna do this to myself if I don't get my. No, like, I don't. Okay, disregard. But I'm not say if it's serious, but you probably are not going to do it. You're saying that to manipulate, and if you do that, that is evil of you to do. That is so evil and sick and disgusting. But you just want, yeah, you were pissed, and you wanted to say something or get their attention. Those like the social workers. Christ, I'd rather jump off a building than go into therapy. Just a bunch of psychological BS. Yeah, the mental health care of this nation is already corrupt. It is evil. They will squeeze every freaking dime out of you, man. They will squeeze you like a freaking sponge until you bleed out all of your money. I don't want to be a Facebooker or sound like a Facebooker, but the medical industry is like good in terms of technological advancement, but it is still evil. I don't know if I sound naive, but why does it cost a lot of money to cure cancer? There's no way it can be in nuclear materials. Nuclear materials, I feel like, would kind of be cheap because uranium is everywhere. I don't know.
Kidnapped by the bad guy, Grindelwald, and he's come up with an evil plan. But Dumbledore and the rest of the good guys learn that he can kind of see into the future. So I shit you not, Dumbledore says, how do you combat against the guy who can see into the future? And Dumbledore's plan is, we don't have a plan. We have to go at this with no plan. And by golly, is he right? They had no plan and they do nothing.
I'm not saying this because I'm trying to, like, hold a grudge. Echo is a lying, cheating, scoundrel little bastard. He will lie, cheat, and do anything, manipulate to get whatever he wants, and he doesn't care of the side effects. That is what makes him unworthy, untrustworthy, and dangerous to have in your world. He does not follow rules. He does not listen. He thinks he's the most, like, tactical genius in the game. However, I could have erased one of his worlds because he gave me commands. If you give me commands, I know how to make your world unrepairable. If you let me in your world, if I were malicious, I could lag your game. I could crash your client if I really wanted to, but I'm not a douchebag. Yeah. If you give me op, like if you literally told me almost give me op and crash op, like let's go. I know how to like destroy things. I make TNT griefing look like nothing, and I don't say that lightly. All you gotta do is have like fill squiggly 10 squiggly 10 squiggly negative 10 two more times and that and two more times. Air. You just gotta go around, keep repeating the command, and you can just erase things. Or a better thing is if you had a structure that had a lot of certain blocks, you could hit replace block with TNT and just light it on fire. And it just will. Like if you found a house with a bunch of logs, you could just hit replace log with TNT, and then it would just completely collapse on itself if you lit it. And if you had such a quantity, it would crash the game. I don't know Bedrock his ass. Continuing on.
Characters do nothing. Everything that they do, all the tiny little side quests they embark on, contribute nothing to the overall plot of stopping Grindelwald from becoming the leader, since he has now kidnapped that magical creature. It is so infuriatingly awful. It's one of the very few times I genuinely considered getting up and leaving the theater. I couldn't believe how much my time was being wasted blatantly right in front of me. And the ending of the film is so stupid. I won't spoil it. I will spoil it. I've changed my mind. Spoiler warning. The fucking I won't spoil it. I've changed my mind again. I'm not going to get into it because I already know that's going to lead to like a 15-minute rant. It is awful. Truly, truly terrible. Also, the Secret of Dumbledore is a person who only has 4 scenes. Like, maybe 4 scenes, if that, in the film. The Secret of Dumbledore is a fucking worthless plot point, too. That, again,
What's it called? Dumbledore. It's called. It's called The Secret. It's called. Harry. It's called. I'm gay, Harry. Wait, what? No, really? Actually, that is actually true. I did not know that, but props to him. Yeah, or something. Apparently, even freaking Gandalf. Like, holy crap, Gandalf? I didn't even know that. Rock on. Yes, apparently. I think, I don't know, maybe the actor. I've always, what's it called? They will try. Oh shit! Oh no! I just washed away all my electronics. My electronics. They're all washed. I reconnected. In Minecraft, I accidentally broke a block and it washed. I think there. Oh. Yeah, it does. I noticed that there's a bunch of pings dropped. Kill at E. What's it called? I shouldn't have to say this. It is the most devastating command. It'll kill all TNT, arrows, monsters, players, mobs, and other armor stands. Okay, all armor stands and everything. Kill at E is devastating. Alright.
To contribute to the overall problem. It's so bad. It is such a bad movie. God damn it, now I'm already lost in the sauce. One more thing before we move on to number 2. I do want to give you a quick example. Jacob, who is a big part of the Fantastic Beasts franchise, you know, he's a muggle, but he works with the magic people and everything like that, all the wizards, like, he has a place in the films, and he has played a decently sized role there. In this film, Dumbledore hypes him up as like, we need you, Jacob. In fact, you're the most important part of this entire operation. You know what Jacob does in this fucking movie? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! 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 At all! No one does!
That's me,
it's
Bubble.
so stupid! Fuck me, it's dumb.
What? No one does.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! 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 At all! No one does! It's so stupid!
No one dies. I know it sounds like a really weird complaint. But damn it, there are a few characters in the show I just watched, She-Ra. Holy shit, I was crying. I shed a tear, damn it, dude. And they were characters that would be viewed as insignificant. My god, that made me sad. That really hurt me, dude. It like kicked me in the gut. God, that writing though, how does that writing get any better? Have you ever heard of catharsis? Catharsis is the release of emotion, and you do it all the time. When you play video games, you want to be happy, so you release, you know, your cathartic energy. So, or if you're angry, you're gonna listen to rock music and have a kick-ass time. You know? Just like we watch shows, like you might watch romantic shows to feel a feeling of love, or you might watch, you know, sad shows to feel a feeling of sadness. It's a way of expressing emotions, and it's natural and human. However, there you keep going.
Fuck me, it's dumb. And then they have this thing where they have a spy go in there. I'm getting too lost. Secrets of Dumbledore, I couldn't decide if it should be the second worst film of the year or the third. But ultimately I decided on the third because the second one, I think, is like a objectively worse film. But nothing has made me as upset.
I love the new
Secrets of
YouTube chapter
Dumbledore
system.
Just awful. Every single thing that happens narratively in this film is. Now moving on to the number 2 spot, I'm giving it to Halloween Ends. Halloween.
I remember my sister liked it, but what's it called? Gory apparently equals scary. Going off that concept, well, I guess COD Zombies would take the cake. just watch. It's called. No, if I want gore or I want to watch something that's gory, I just play COD Zombies. That's it. Or Fallout. I'm very very neutral on gore. I couldn't care. I'm very hard to sick out. Although you know what I hate? I hate chicken bones. I hate rotten milk. That would be like confusing.
Franchise is actually making a killing in the Moisties because you might remember last year Halloween.
If my stomach is full, yeah, probably, but no.
Made our top 5 worst list then, but this time it's even deeper in our list because Halloween Ends is worse. Somehow, my God, I don't know how you could make it worse, but they found a way. This movie barely has Michael Myers in it. In fact, it focuses on a
Yeah.
UFO who.
Apparently he's like invincible or something. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Literally, it takes place in like the 1980s. I'm pretty sure the M60 tank existed, or the Hellfire missile with Apache. Like, can we not bring out the military? Actually, no, you can't. That end the movie too quickly. We have to draw as long as possible. What's it called? I know it's like, oh, because of the movie would end so fast, but still like. Can we give me like an M82 Barrett 50 caliber rifle, and we can end this hoe. Let's keep on.
Like a pseudo Michael Myers, a diet Michael Myers, who's coming into his own. So he was a misunderstood kid that had a very unfortunate thing happen to him early in his life, and then the whole town hates him, but he wasn't a bad guy until he decides to become a bad guy after encountering Michael Myers in a sewer. And he's weak as fuck. Michael Myers just gets like potato sacked, like he pushes him over and he falls and he hurts himself, but it ends up making this new kid bad, evil. So then he's like trying to get laid by one of the characters from the previous films. I'm trying hard not to spoil things, I really am, but it's just not good. And the first hour or so doesn't even have any kind of like action or gore to it, except for the opening scene. The opening scene goes so hard and it's extremely goofy in all the right ways.
Goofy,
So the guy was a
oh my god.
The guy was a babysitter, and the kid played a
We're hive-minded.
upstairs on the 3rd floor.
We're linked neurologically. We use our essential oils.
Michael Myers is in here, and the kid, the babysitter, kicks down the door, and the door flies off the hinges, hitting the kid.
What's it called? You know what? I remember once I had an essential oils packet that helped with coughs. I'm like, well, this one or help with ticks. I'm like, this file helps with my ticks, and I drop it, it shatters, and out loud I'm like, oh shit, it just falls. So that's a go. Have you seen the PSA where that lady falls and it slams her face into the table? There's me. That's why I give my kids Fallout 76, and it falls it on. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, where is it? Let me see. Give me a second. Woman falls through glass table. Hold on.
Bundles of energy, but they need the right snacks to keep them going. That's why I give my kids Fruity Bars.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. What's it called? I just have a good meme. What's it called? Literally, Literally zombies after they get hit with a flashbang in COD Zombies.
Oh,
Ah ha ha! Oh my god! Holy shit! Wait, the accent just came out again. hmm Oh my god! Can we just stop with the scream? Christ! We already have enough movies. Just stop, please. Yeah, because they were built with love.
Ways. So the guy was a babysitter. I don't think this is a spoiler since the first scene, and I actually think it's in one of the trailers. The guy was a babysitter, and the kid played a prank on him where he locked him in a door upstairs on the 3rd floor. And the kid starts freaking out, like, "Hey, let me out! This is really scary. What if Michael Myers is in here?" And the kid, the babysitter, kicks down the door, and the door flies off the hinges, hitting the kid, sending him flying like a goddamn cannonball shot from the cannon off of the 3rd floor and hitting the ground where he just explodes on impact in front of his mom and dad.
Damn.
So then the babysitter stands trial but was ultimately found not guilty, that it was accidental, and he wasn't a bad guy until...
Guns don't make sense in video and like video games and movies. They send people flying back.
Of any substance or interest happens, like, I don't care about his relationship with the girl. It's super uninteresting, it's super weird, because the girl just wants to fuck him the second that she knows he's, like, messing
Oh
up.
my god.
It's just, there's nothing actually interesting or, I don't know, enticing about the plot. Like, when you're watching a Halloween film, you're watching it because you want to see Michael Myers fuck
Jesus.
shit up. You want to see people fighting. And,
That's not possible.
Knives.
Wow, that's actually very lucky. It is. You found a chunk border. Only 5 pieces of netherite or ancient debris can exist within a chunk at a single time. It will naturally spawn. Come on. Right, anyway. What's the next?
I actually wanted second place on this list to be a 3-way tie because they're all 3 absolutely terrible horror movies. But Jackson said it'd be better just to choose the worst one and then do the other 2 as dishonorable mentions. So we're playing by his rules. The first dishonorable mention that I'd like to put here is the new Chainsaw Massacre movie, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. The reason this one's on here is because it's absolutely horrible. I'm sure you've seen the now infamous scene from the movie where Leatherface is on the party bus and everyone's filming him for the Instagram lives and like, bro, you're gonna like cramp our style on this party bus. Why do you have a chainsaw, bro? And then he just starts chopping people up and they're like, oh my god, my arm, and he's chopping me with a chainsaw. It's a terrible, horrible scene that's indicative of the quality for the entire film. But I will make the argument that it is almost self-aware in its silliness for at least some scenes. There are some extremely over-the-top, goofy gore moments where, like,
A mine around it, like
someone,
you mine
they
around
fall, like,
diamonds.
all of
That's
a
just a
sudden
given.
5 limbs shoot off of their body, like, out of nowhere. Like
If
a
it's
Mr.
diamond, then you can.
Enjoyable moments to that film, even though overall it's bad. Like, by all possible means and definitions, it's just bad. Now, for this film, though, I will spoil the ending here because it is baffling. So, they think they've defeated Leatherface. They think they finally killed him because every horror movie has that trope, that little bait and switch. So, in the end, the main girl and her sister are in a self-driving vehicle, and they're talking like, man, what a relief, he's finally dead, we can go home. And as the self-driving vehicle is about to take off, Leatherface comes out of nowhere and grabs the main girl's sister, and then he takes her by the hair, and he cuts her head off with the chainsaw. She comes out of the sunroof from the self-driving car and screams, "No!" as the car drives itself home. And then Leatherface is, pumping the chainsaw up and the credits roll. It's so silly. Now, safely securing another dishonorable mention is The Grim Cuddy. This is a horror movie I was very excited to see. It's a Hulu original, and it looked absolutely atrocious. I'm excited about really preaches about like cell phones being evil, like we don't like cell phones, boo, cell
Oh
phones.
God.
Good.
I'm not like a
Parents
person that's
take
like
away
addicted to cell phones. I barely even use my cell phone. I use an iPad.
And
I don't find through Instagram. Like I can surf through it, but I just can't surf through it like hours on end. I just can't.
Grim Cuddy, where the Grim Cuddy tells you to hurt yourself.
I know I can't help that.
Freak out. It makes the Grim Cuddy hysteria spread all over the place, and it's just dumb. Holy shit, it's just dumb. This one I don't know if I want to spoil anything from because this one's just like a really short movie that if you like bad horror movies, you might find something enjoyable about the awfulness of it. So I won't spoil too much of it, but just watch a trailer and I think you'll already get a really accurate impression for how the whole film plays out and how the whole
Grim
world
Cuddy
is.
and Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
About
two
it
of them
other
are
than the
just
cheesiness of it. So Grim Cuddy safely at that number 2 awful worst movie of the year spot. And now number 1, the worst movie of the year. And I would actually make an argument, perhaps one of the worst movies ever made, but in all the right ways. Moonfall. A movie
Oh man, that flopped.
really just took control of my
Ouch.
soul. I saw it, came home, and then made
I
my Moonfall. Moonfall is a disaster film about the moon, you know, mysteriously falling out of orbit and crashing towards the Earth, which would be the end of all life on the planet. And while it sounds like a simple premise, the amount of shit that happens in that film with the amount of crazy, absolutely unpredictable plot twists and developments would have your head spinning. I told my friends about this, Aaron and Chase, and they saw it. Aaron, Chase, and Meadow all went and saw it like a week after I did. They were talking about it for 3 hours. They couldn't stop themselves. And now I know Aaron in particular has seen this film like 4 times. Every time you watch this film, you find something different to appreciate. It is an absolute masterpiece of trash. I can't even put into words just how impressive it is in getting everything wrong, but in the most entertaining way. There's no level of self-awareness to this film. None of this was planned with how bad it is. In fact, it had the audacity to try and set up an extended universe for Moonfall. And I pray every couple of days that we get a Moonfall sequel, because that's what we deserve. We need it. This film does everything wrong, but in a way that will have you smiling the whole time. And it's a big chunk of meat, too. This is an over 2-hour film, but it feels like it's 20 minutes. Because it's constantly having your neurons fire to process the craziness that you're witnessing.
No, I heard you.
Is the best bad movie ever made.
God.
And I don't say that lightly.
You better go. It's like you watch that movie, you better go take your bathroom break early.
I've seen every awful pile of trash that's ever been made, and nothing even comes close to Moonfall. I cannot stop preaching about the beauty of this film. I do it on stream all the time. It is my go-to answer for what's
Now you can take that context. I do it all the time.
Make sure to say, but in the best way. It is the perfect bad film. And I have never had so much fun watching a movie. I love Moonfall, but it is absolutely the worst film of 2022 and potentially the worst film of all time. So yeah, that concludes the top 5 worst movies of 2022. Please make sure to check out Godslap. It's our comics.
Yeah.
This episode.
Okay, it's called Biggest Box Office Bombs of 2022.
Now, I've already listed the biggest hits of 2022, Mason.
Whoa!
Box office-wise. And that in itself is worth a like for this video, I think.
You think?
The goodwill should carry over.
Should they take away the like from the previous video?
Who's got the time, Mason?
That's true, isn't it? You have to scroll down slightly
Exactly.
to the previous video.
Plus, we're going through 13 bombs here, plus
Oh,
a few
what?
bonus extras. We don't have time for any of that.
There were 13 bad movies that came out this year. Just kidding, there were so many.
Well, not necessarily bad. This is just in relation to how they did in cinemas, Mason.
but that's a good indication of how bad they are.
Not always,
Very.
not always, as we'll
No,
find
always.
out. Okay. Now, just to reiterate...
Yeah, but it was very, very, very empty. It's gone. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Oh, and be right back. Hi, Sky. Even bad, worst gaming hot takes?
When real next gen games come out, you'll be a footnote in a couple of months. Nobody will even talk.
What?
When real next gen games come out, you'll be a footnote in a couple of months. Nobody will even talk about this game. Ever even mention it when we talk about the greats of this generation. No game of the year, no real champion, just bare minimum.
This is not a good game. It is not a 10 out of 10. No way is it anywhere near game of the year.
Game of the year winner is Elden Ring.
It's like a Dark Souls game, I think.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today, this is the Pac-Man's cooking. It's more
Hold.
terrible gaming hot takes. Oh, you ever take a fat dump on your steak before throwing it on the grill? That's what it smells like. So, let's jump into it, alright? What do we got today? Remember when video games had bare titties because why not? God of War used to be a series worth playing. Now Kratos has feelings.
That's kind of gay, but
Remember when Kratos used to jack off after he beat every boss and you would look at some hot porn?
Oh my
This
god.
motherfucker has feelings.
No, I don't have feelings. His feelings are gay.
thanks for coming back with me. You didn't have to.
I'm your father. I will always help, as long as I am able.
God, what a pussy. Of course the dude got feelings. That's why he's doing any of the shit he's doing. How do you go from this to this? It's such a downgrade in sex appeal. Game Freak needs to do better when they make
Wait,
a new
what?
Pokemon.
That's stupid. I don't. That's not appealing. Wait. It's called. Wait a second. Wait a second. This guy, not Ackman, but the guy that posted that. That's so sus. The dude's literally a pedo. That's so sus. What? That's gross. Oh my god.
I hate the gaming community. It's a fucking child's game, dude. But
It is a child.
child's game starring children.
It's a Pokemon game.
Except for Cynthia and Professor Oak. I will no longer play the characters of Killjoy and Raze in Valorant due to them being homosexual. Thank you for ruining my gaming experience.
Bruh, I will no longer play characters Killjoy and Raze in Valorant due to them being homosexual. Thank you for... Bruh, let's go. So, I've played many characters that are on that. I've played Loba. I was a old Loba main. Loba is actually known to be, well, confirmed by, and I will tell you right now, Loba's like a character in Apex Legends, and damn it, Loba's a good character. I play her because I love looties.
It's just like,
Loot!
they have to be gay.
Why are you gay?
Why did they have to like vagina instead of penis?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I
Why
can't.
they were bad or why they were good? Can we just go back to that, please?
No.
If this was a Netflix show, Kratos' son would be gay and Kratos Afro-American. But since it's Amazon, I think the casting will be good, but the plot will be very disappointing.
This is on Twitter.
I have news for you about who plays Kratos. Fucking got him. Gamers do
Oh my god.
crunch in development and complain when devs do something that reduces their workload. People who complain about crunch are just incels who hate on The Last of Us Part 2. That's gotta be that's the most obvious troll I've ever seen. Someone sent me this image up. My love for Blizzard games outweighs my dislike
Of SA. What?
The other thing is, I don't know anyone personally that was harmed, so I couldn't care any less. I also pre-ordered those games before any of this came to light.
What?
Where to begin? I don't know who
Let's go. Okay, what was the... Oh, yeah, right. Saints Row. Yeah. It's a game that flopped. It came out notoriously buggy. Is that 21? I don't
You
know.
don't have to justify it. Just because some bad shit happened doesn't mean you are morally reprehensible for playing a game. It's up to you if you want to boycott the company or not. I respect it either way. But, like, you don't have to justify that by saying, well, I don't know anyone who was sexually assaulted at Blizzard, so fuck them. What? Elden Ring's Millennia embodies From Software's problems with women. Knock, knock.
What?
Who's there? Polygon. Polygon who? Poly gonna give you another bad article to read? Why do FromSoft games always bring out, like, the worst opinions in everyone? So, it talks about Millennia, Blade of Mikola. This enigmatic warrior captured the audience from the moment she appeared, and she featured prominently in the rest of the game's marketing. But instead of becoming an uncontested favorite, she frustrated fans and revealed the limitations of From Software's imagination. This is a critique I have never once heard before. I mean, I've heard people complain that Millennia is a hard fight, maybe too hard for some, Definitely not me. But I've never heard someone describe it as unimaginative. It's such a legendary, iconic boss fight of the game.
I think.
Like, they made a freaking statue of her. Millennia exemplifies the way FromSoft writes women in its games. Whether bosses or NPCs you meet in the wild, these women have a shared condition. They exist in tragically declined worlds, so like every character in From Software games,
No
share a
kidding.
specific brokenness, disfigurement, abandonment, and loss. So like every character in From Software games, they are afflicted by gender?
What?
Afflicted by gender. And the cure for when they are obstacles instead of mutely helpful is for the player to enact succinct violence. What
What?
the fuck is that sentence?
I
You
don't
killed a
get
bad
it.
guy.
That
Bad guy could be a dude, could be a dude melded together with a dragon. Bad guy could be a giant knight. That giant knight could be a chick, it could be a dude. You killed a bad guy. The broader gaming community usually reacts harshly towards female characters. I think just the dumb parts of the gaming community, or maybe you could change this to say that the broader gaming community usually reacts harshly to poorly written characters.
God.
Some people also call female protagonists woke, which is also
Yeah,
dumb.
worst female
That's like
character in
two
a video
sides of the
game's
same
probably that
story
one.
in respect.
Storm. Actually, no, nah, never mind. It's Ava from Borderlands 3. God, I hate that asshole. God, jerk, stupid, ass, character. She's so annoying and she destroys the plot. She doesn't destroy the plot because she's a female character. She destroys the plot because she's a spoiled little brat. That's how her character is written, and it is awfully written. God, nobody cares about Ava.
Like, gamers
Nice.
don't like female characters, and having a female character is woke. It's like they're both equally dumb, which makes the Soulsborne community's embrace of female characters feel positive on the surface. When that attraction feels based on that empty, emotionless state or reduces them to infantilized waifus, you realize that hostility and that fondness spring from the same deep sexist roots, twins intertwined. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. What I will say is the article's very well written. It has big words. I'm not saying it's good or I agree, but, you know, homie's been reading a thesaurus. But, like, how From Software writes women. I mean, Firekeepers, yeah, they're kind of similar, but you can make that point. But they're all like motherly figures to represent the comfort of the hub zones, which are typically an escape or refuge. What the fuck? What? Yeah, it helps to have someone like mother you and cradle you. Like, I'm not sure what the point is or why Millennia, Blade of Mikola, is used as an example. This article comes across like a kid fresh out of college who's trying to prove themselves with what they think are mind-blowing assertions, but it's really just a bunch of dumb shit. From Software's female characters who deviate from this quiet, doll-like appearance are still written with a lack of emotionality, which feels close to masculine stoicism. Okay, so we...
Oh my god, it's a video game! It doesn't exist! You know what's funny? These guys try to act like, oh, we're trying to eliminate sexism. You're fighting about a character in a video game. That doesn't exist. And I get, there's representation, and, the picture matters in video games, but you're fighting about a woman who doesn't even exist! They're pixels! Holy shit! How about you actually fight for people in the real world that are actually getting tortured and killed? If it's like abhorrent, like let's say you have like a freaking video game and it's like abhorrently bad, like it's literally purposely built to be offensive. Yeah, I get that. Elden Ring's not built to be offensive. Nobody would do that. Just let them be. My God, stupid ass. It's another for you.
this episode.
So I hate. Oh God. Why? How would they? Let's go. I'm surprised that they would actually. I doubt it. It might have been a replica because, like, when I went to go see something like the Bill of Rights, I know it's more important than that flute. But like that shit, there were security guards there. Like that, like you know how you see like stereotypical troops. That's like I'm saying like this place was guarded. The Bill of Rights area, no photography, dark room, guarded, top to bottom. You. Yeah, the Bill of Rights, not a replica, like the actual Bill of Rights. And the Declaration of Independence, they're encased in these glass boxes at Washington, D.C., and it is one of the most guarded places on the earth. Another one is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is built to commemorate unnamed people, the John and Jane Does of war. People will, what's called, those guards, sentinels, don't F with them. They will guard. Hurricane, tornado, rain, sun, cloudy, you name it. Cold and hot, they will guard that until either their shift is done or they die and get sick. And they defend it with unwavering, what's called? With undying loyalty. Yeah, they rotate. Those people that try to get past the gates or try to go meet them are just dumbasses. Same with people that try to piss off Queen's guards, royal guards. They're not allowed to smile or laugh. But I love it when they get pissed off because not because they're getting mad, it's because they're putting people in their place, and that's what's funny. Putting stupid ass people in their place. Get back for the Queen's guard. Yeah. Hold on. Listen, this guy is trying to be an asshole towards a guard. Here's what happens. You can hear it. What an asshole. Just leave him alone. He took his firearm out and pointed it at the dude. Don't drink this potion at 3 a.m. It's a pig with a zero.
Yeah, I don't even know how to start this video. I'm just kind of ashamed of myself. I had to see the end of the Baby Longlegs at 3 a.m. series. I had to know how the story wraps up. I got too deep into the meat of this one. So I went back to Weenie Hut Jr., Jay Hill's channel, and I looked at what happens when you drink a Baby Longlegs potion at 3 a.m. And the results are terrifying. 3 a.m. is the witching hour, and it's not something to play with.
It's actually a really good time of day for break-in entries.
Whatever you do, do not order the Baby Longlegs potion.
I wasn't planning on it, jackass.
Or you will turn into Baby Longlegs, and you will die from...
You'll die! Oh my god, the freaking CGI, yeah! Dude, the CGI makes 9 CGI look like it's AAA. Not that, like, 9 actually has pretty good CGI. It's called, actually, 9 has some pretty okay CGI. It's pretty decent for 2009 standards. Although some of the elements, like the textures, do age like hell. Ordering Baby Longlegs bullshit from Bobby Playtime at 3 a.m. baby! Longlegs, death in real life! Oh my god.
Crazy.
Just when you
Go on.
thought it was safe to drink a baby Longlegs potion.
Da-da, 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 da-da.
My wicked plans after watching this.
Mm,
I knew it'd be
God.
bad, but I didn't know it'd be this bad. This is a very
It's called-
potent concoction that I just
Too bad the potions they don't drink
I
is
should've just
cyanide.
ordered meth instead.
What? Oh my God, it's Jay Hills. This guy looks like he's like hooked on meth. He looks like a meth addict. Actually don't know if it was made by the Navy. I'm not too sure what it is. It might have been made by the Navy. I don't know. But the dark web, the reason why it's used, it is a very secure platform. Like, it is hard to access. It makes up about 1 to 5% of the entire web. Today, I'll be seeing how long it takes to see somebody's butt cheeks on Omegle. Oh, wait, never mind. Already found them.
Literally gonna be drinking the baby Longlegs potion at 3 in the morning, guys. And if you guys have... It's honestly laughable how people still say that firefighters have the most dangerous job in the world when there's people like Jay Hill, whose entire career is about risking his life every day for banger videos, drinking potions, using a Ouija board to summon Big Chungus at 3 a.m. that are putting their life on the line. 3 a.m. YouTubers are the best of us. And I was thinking about this recently after I saw it in a comment. There's so many kids that are growing up with YouTube because their parents are just absent in their life and they just force the internet to raise their kids, so they're just on their parents' iPad forever just watching YouTube videos endlessly.
I have my own iPad, haha.
Jay Hill challenges and all of that. So that when they get older, they're going to look back at this content as if it was good. Like, this is going to be nostalgic content for them. That's so fucking sad. They're gonna be like, oh,
Dude,
good old...
I was sitting in bed looking for nostalgic content. I actually found the City of Ember theme song. Holy crap, that song actually gave me some really good nostalgia. Dude, why is it like movies like 9, Coraline, and like... Yeah, I have two. I remember once I watched it when I was studying for my finals. And, what's it called? Like, City of Ember. You can't find those movies anywhere. Like, Netflix. You can only really find them on, like, YouTube. Like, Ember. What's it called? City of Ember is a movie. Even though it doesn't have the best ratings, it's actually a really cool movie. I love it. If they had like netherite bars, that would break the game. The reason why netherite, the reason why I'd rather give diamond armor out like nothing is because diamond armor is 100% renewable. Netherite armor is not. Even though there's a large amount of netherite in the world, there's technically a finite source. I don't want to go exploring for netherite to damage the world's integrity.
Bill was still going to an abandoned Toys R Us and snorting baby Longlegs potion next to the dumpster. And find the potion that I left, and I'm literally gonna be drinking it near the toy store, and I think I'm gonna be coming into like a little baby or something. I have no idea what's...
Hey, you've already transformed.
It sounds like a Nightcore version of Bert from Bert and Ernie. And this is a pretty risky stunt, so credit where credit's due. He explains that he got the potion in a McDonald's Happy Meal, naturally, as we all have, I'm sure. And he left it...
Yeah, I hate when man, you know what I hate about McDonald's? I hate when I just open up McDonald's, I just get a Happy Meal, it has this damn potion in it, dude. Bruh, Man, I hate the McCyanide. I hate the McPotion. What's it called? Peddling drugs to kids, evildoer. No, the Silver Shroud. God, it's a thing in Fallout 4. God. What's it called? Me. I identify as 12. Now give meal. They'll give food. Awesome. Dude, I saw a video where somebody got pissed that when they brought their daughter to McDonald's, the daughter asked for a what's it called, a boys like kids meal, and she got pissed about it and said it was sexist. Like, your daughter just wants a male toy figure. That's all. It's harmless. The mother, she's like, oh, so sexist. Maybe because what's it called? Maybe because majority of girls like to play with girls' toys. I know I sound stereotypical. It's just like, bruh. It's not rude. It's literally harmless. If I were that worker and I saw someone bring in their work, I'd say, do you want a girl's Happy Meal? Because, I don't want to ask, what Happy Meal do you want? Because, honestly, it's anticipating me.
He's putting it all out there. He's ready to risk it all. He's going there. He's gonna drink it after the toy store closes in their parking lot. So there is a chance that he just gets trespassed, or maybe after explaining what he's doing, they throw him into a padded cell.
What is he eating? I'm being brainwashed.
This part's pretty hype. He makes himself a sausage and watches.
God, I remember. Do you remember the time when people were literally exploiting Technoblade's death for the views? Christ, that was obnoxious. That's dog. Dude, the memes of EDP445 wanting a cupcake are just wild. No, he didn't want to go meet up with a minor. He wanted to go get a cupcake. Dude, seriously, screw that dude. That dude sucks. Look, the dirtiest part of our chocolate starfish. Weirdo. Minna. I bet 2/3 of people that know Tesla's name doesn't know where like Tesla comes from. There's a guy named Nikolai Tesla, and he invented a Tesla coil. He wanted to see if he could transmit electricity wirelessly. However, his experiment failed. Yeah, he tried to transmit it wirelessly. I say it differently. It's called. They will suck power. They suck power clean, and they are dangerous. Or no, Nikolai Tesla. That's what they got from. It was named Tesla Coil because the guy who named it, his last name is Tesla. Yeah, it's built like a metal ring. Man, too bad he could find people a place to get as far away from him as possible. He'd do good at that. like as a person, I don't think he is. He's a piece of shit. No, what's it called? He literally tried to he's an abuser. He abused people in his relationship. Be right back here.